they put me on FaceTime and opened up the box, and the cookies were all intact. And they were like, we want to start utilizing these for client birthdays. And from there, a light bulb goes off. 500 of those clients are getting cookies for their birthday. That just opened the door to B2B gifting.
Help me out a little bit, Grayson. To help connect the audience with a little bit about who you are quickly and what it is that you guys do.
Yeah. So, we're Grove Cookie Company. We're a husband and wife founded gifting company, founded in 2021, and we help enhance client and prospect relationships.
So I wanted to have you on because, as you just alluded to, your name comes up a lot in my circles. I've been in finance since 2006, so a long time, and obviously your name wasn't coming up then, but it certainly over the last couple of years has been. And you've done hats off to you. You've done a terrific job penetrating the financial market, the community, if you will. And I want to spend some time on this, and we can come back to it, as I said, whether that was strategic or if it was something that you guys and you just kind of fell into. But the other reason I wanted to have you on is because I straight up love the conversations with entrepreneurs. I love hearing about the journey, the path, where your head was at throughout kind of, from beginning to current. So, like I said, we can go in whatever direction you want, but I want to know a little bit about that and get into it. So take me to 2021, take me to even go back farther. You get done with school. Where's your head at? Where are you thinking you want to do with life and your career? And get me to cookies.
Yeah. Well, I'm 33. So, prior to 2021, January, that's when we launched. I've been at my corporate job for 13 plus years, right? I've just been grinding away. I started there when I was 20. And just moving my way up the ladder and having fun. Obviously, things happened with 2020, and everyone kind of shifted to moving from working from home, including my wife. So I actually didn't start working from home up until 2021. But like I said, my wife had, and she kind of, just I don't know what that, not stir crazy, but where you're kind of just locked in the house and trying to find things to do. And like I said, I'm traveling still, so I'm not home, but she's home all the time for work. And so she's like, I need to find a side hustle or some sort of project outside of her corporate job to kind of keep things entertaining. And for whatever reason, baking came about. She was never a baker. She will never tell you she is a baker. But in October of 2020, she decided to make cupcakes, just kind of something fun. And they were good. I'm not the biggest cupcake person, but she made our cookies. And that was, I'm just a cookie aficionado and I love soft cookies. And these were just soft. Have we sent you a box of cookies yet?
I have not had Grove cookies.
Oh my gosh, Corey, I'm doing a disservice. So I'm going to need to get you cookies, but they're just soft. They're uniquely soft. And so that was really cool. Like I said, towards the end of 2020, friends and family are asking about we take them to the Christmas parties and Friendsgiving and all that stuff. And it's just kind of my wife is getting all this satisfaction from people wow, Marie, these are great cookies.
So you're still working, you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
And she's still working?
Still working. Yeah.
And then just kind of putzing around, figuring this cookie thing out in the middle.
Yes. And so 2021 rolls around, January. I got a new position at my corporate job where I'm working from home now. So that's when I started going back to school. Right at that same time, I'm starting to go back to school. My wife goes, I think we should try and sell these cookies. And I've never been in a sales or marketing role. But I think just being a good husband was yeah, let's try it out. So I really don't have any other motivation other than that, really. And so, spent the weekend, got a website, got a brand, got a logo, EIN number, kind of all the LLC stuff, just everything business. to get started off on the right foot, because I didn't want to have to backtrack tax wise or whatever, because I didn't know what was going to happen.
And what a perfect time. You have no kids at this time.
Yeah, no kids.
Right.
My wife is
Yeah.
pregnant right now.
Right. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much. Yep, baby boy in July. So January 31st of 2021, we launched Grove Cookie Company. Really with the hopes of like posting photos on Instagram and, you know, people come to our townhouse and buy cookies. Well, we live in the suburbs, so that's not realistic. This is where the financial advisor community comes into play. So my good friend, him and his dad have a pretty prominent wealth advisory practice here in the Portland metro area. Huge on touch point marketing, like ungodly. Like it's just amazing what they do. And his father has been doing this for 30 plus years. It just is a master at it. I had not shared our cookies with their family yet. So we drove down south to a little town called Wilsonville and brought them cookies, literally so they could try them, right? Like my wife used to handwrite the note and all this stuff. And my buddy's dad came home and just loved the cookies. He's like, have you guys ever thought about shipping these? And my background's in logistics and warehousing. And I'm like, no, but I could do it. And shipped the cookies. They got there the next day. They tried them. They put me on FaceTime and opened up the box, and the cookies were all intact. And they were like, we want to start utilizing these for client birthdays. And from there, a light bulb goes off, because, you know, I honestly don't know how many clients they have, over 1,000, but whatever. 500 of those clients are getting cookies for their birthday. So that just opened the door to B2B.
So what is you and Marie, like you get off the FaceTime wherever you look at each other, like, oh, okay. Like, when is this like conversation? Like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah. So that's exactly how it was. I'm like, wow, that was awesome. Like, let's do it. So
how are we going to keep up with this?
Yeah. So like, it wasn't, like I said, you know, you're not getting a lot of orders. At this point, we're doing all ordering through email. We're getting like 2 or 3 a week.
Pause there real quick, because I've been in the Etsy business a little bit in the past. Like, that's the most fun time when that little bing happens. Like, right? Like, you're not getting overwhelmed yet, but like just 2 or 3 a week, like it starts to probably pile up. But that serotonin from the ping on the phone, like, do you remember how that felt?
Oh yeah, I still get it.
It's
with
awesome.
our Shopify store. Yeah, I still get it all the time. Yeah, you know, it was going back to kind of like that feeling. It was a feeling of unknown, to be honest with you, because I'm like, all right, this is great. Like we know we're going to be fulfilling weekly orders for their practice. At the time, we were packaging them up, and they were taking care of shipping because they were utilizing their corporate account for, you know, UPS or whatever their because they were working for D.A. Davidson at the time. That's a West Coast financial advisory firm. I don't know how.
Cool. That's fine.
Yeah. So anyways, we were just hand delivering them to the office, and they were dispersing them out to the client.
What time? Like, so this is how far into January or February or the year?
February 15th, February 20th.
So like literally the LLC, the ink's not even dry.
Boom. Like within a month. Yeah. Not even, right? Like it was just so quick.
That conversation works out with D.A. Davidson and this group 2 weeks into your business.
Yeah.
On the same time, Marie's got what? The Instagram thing, Shopify store kind of slowly building?
Yeah. By like March, we moved to Square. That was like our first platform, POS platform. Yeah, we were just trying to get like things rocking and rolling. We're just like, all right, we have one client, let's just roll with it. And that's kind of how that's how we started our business for the first 6 months.
And are you guys like, is Marie baking with her laptop for corporate, like on the counter? Yep.
So we had we still have a 6-quart KitchenAid mixer. You know, we're making cookies. At the time we had too many flavors, to be honest with you. And so, you know, it's just in our house. So we have our residential oven, residential fridge and freezer, and just fulfilling orders as they come in. I mean, it was pretty simple until around June was when I started doing my outreach. started picking up the phone and calling advisory practices
Oh,
because
wow. You went phone.
yeah, so it was really funny because my buddies were kind of just poking at me, you're selling cookies, like how fun, like da 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 da.
How
And
fun.
my buddy, who we've been working with now for 6 months at that time, was like, why don't you call other wealth advisors and see what they're doing? Because this is like a common practice to either send flowers, chocolates, gift cards, any sort of touch point marketing. Because the name of the game, in my opinion, is referrals, right? So how many touch points can you have with a client outside of just like your biannual or annual meetings, to kind of continue developing the relationship? And that's just my own interpretation of it. I don't know if that's common. And so, so literally picked up the phone, and there was an Ameriprise branch across the hallway, and they were our second client within 3 days. And that motivation kind of like started picking up, because I'm like, whoa, we got our second deal just like that. And so then I just started picking up the phone, got on LinkedIn.
Dude, you got like, luck is not the word, just the circumstance of having a friend whose dad or whatever built this machine, right? That just like loves the surprise and delight marketing. Like, and you aligning, like the stars just aligned for you guys.
100%. They're still our client, and like I thank them all the time for giving us the opportunity. And yeah, the stars aligning.
Well, just like you found a niche, man. Like I don't know where Grove's majority business comes from, but I got to assume it's in finance.
Quasi. I mean, the tech community is huge.
Okay.
But from our own personal clients, yes, the financial advisory community is our biggest. The tech community is just,
tech makes sense too, yeah.
Because we're on these marketplaces where people can utilize us without having to interact with me. Their orders just come in through our Shopify store, and we just fulfill them and just drop ship, boom, 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 and they're really fast.
So get me in the audience to this place now. Like you don't have to fast forward everything, but you're growing.
Yeah.
When do you and Marie have the conversations about, next steps?
Yeah. So 2021, I mean, is moving. We're moving towards the holiday season, which is a big time for the wealth advisor community. And like I said, they're our majority client at that point. We got introduced to the holiday rush, which was really fun. And then we had a wealth advisory practice call and go, hey, I need 300 orders for my top clients. I want to order 6 cookies, and I want a note in it. And then we're going to add our gift, like special gift note card in there. And so that was our first introduction to holiday rush.
Changed your feeling of Christmas forever.
Oh yeah, because it was 5 days of baking in our house, and 300 boxes is nothing easy. And our living room and our house kind of turned into like an Amazon fulfillment center.
Yo, for real, tell me about the electric or gas bill for the oven.
Well, it never got that crazy. It really did not. We live in a townhouse, so it kind of probably helps. But the bill never got above like $150 a month.
All right.
Electricity is not too expensive out here anyways in Portland, but it was never that bad.
I'm just thinking of the meter just spinning.
Yeah. Oh, we did too at first. We're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be crazy. So from that 2021 holiday season until we moved into our shop, which was in 2022 September, our house was a cookie factory. Orders, baking, fulfillment.
Like, and are you both still working full time?
Yep. Oh, still working full time. Yep. And I was still going to school at that point. So
wow.
Yeah. So it was a lot. So we're kind of going quick here, but
you can take your time. I like hearing the progression of it.
Of course. So 2022, I had just a goal of like, man, I needed to call more wealth advisors, because this is obviously, I just got introduced to the holiday rush. We're obviously still working with more clients on their birthday kind of touch points, because birthdays are just a perfect touch point in general, right? especially with the surprise and delight, kind of what you just kind of alluded to. It's like, oh, great, I got a box of cookies at my mail there, on my mailbox or my front porch, whatever that.
Yeah, who doesn't love that?
And we put a personalized gift message with your logo on it. So I mean, it's just elevated touch points, and they work well. We hear the feedback. So 2022, I just had a goal of calling more people, and so yeah, every wealth advisory office has an admin who picks up the phone. So it's a very, I wouldn't call it a phone call, but it's a very quick phone call that really just distinguishes who gifts and who doesn't. And so I was able to kind of like, okay, you gift, okay, great. Would you like to try our cookies? That's kind of where the sampling deal started, because it just makes cold calls a lot easier.
What's the cost on that? Like, is that like an $8 transaction?
Yeah, it's around 10, because I started in Oregon, then I moved to California, then I just kind of was just going everywhere.
So you and Marie, you play the numbers game. Like, if I call this many people and I sample this many things, it might cost us $200, but we're gonna get.
Yeah. And then the lifetime value of a client that we bring on, if they really enjoy our cookies and they're getting the client feedback.
People get stuck in this shit so much. They're like, I can't, like, I'm gonna mail them a $10. Like, what if they don't buy? They don't realize. Yeah.
I just believe in the goodwill aspect of giving first, because I mean, I don't know how anyone's supposed to buy our product without trying it, especially for their valued clients. Like, these people work extremely hard to get clients. Last thing they want is cookie guy ruining it for them. So 2022, midway through, actually April, we got introduced to the tech community. That was just through two friends. Their VP of marketing told us about these gifting platforms, because the tech industry is wild with gifting, because from a prospecting standpoint, it's all about just building that relationship as quickly as humanly possible, because you're dealing with they're selling products that are 30, 40, 50 grand. They're cold calling like crazy, they're cold emailing like crazy, and they're just
just like the shirt you have on, the SaaS product's sticky, man. So
yes, baby. Yeah. So software as a service is just a unique beast. And so we got introduced to a gifting platform called Postal. And that's where things really changed and opened up just like the real, what am I trying to say here? Just like the growth.
Logistics of it?
Well, the growth trajectory, right? Because it's not a slow process, cold calling and all that, but when you're introduced to these gifting platforms and there's 100, 500 companies on these gifting platforms, and your cookies are one of like 6 cookie vendors, your likelihood of being selected are a lot higher. With that being said, the tech and SaaS community, similar to a lot of wealth advisors, are on LinkedIn. So now, I'm incorporating LinkedIn into my cold calling strategy. LinkedIn marketing is working really well.
When did LinkedIn become a thing for you?
Well, January of 2021.
Like, you knew enough about LinkedIn at the time that you were gonna.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast, and a gal came on this show, and she's like, if you're in B2B and you're not on LinkedIn, you're missing out on a gold mine, because of just B2B is on there. Like, the people are on there to learn, get educated, have fun, whatever the case may be. And so just the tech community is very prevalent on LinkedIn.
When you joined, or when you became more active on LinkedIn, Grayson, were you going in as corporate Grayson, or were you going in as Grove Cookie Co. founder Grayson?
Grove Cookie Co.
Cool.
Yeah. I've always had a LinkedIn, just never used it. So and so just getting on the gifting platform, we just saw the orders trending up, right? We went from, I think we were doing like 50 orders a month to quickly 100 orders a month.
And you're still in the kitchen.
And we're still in the kitchen. We're still at home. At that point, we're debating, do we move out of the house and into our own shop? Because we're operating.
How much, like, what's your day look like? Like, are you guys just all like?
Yeah. That 2022, right after like April, I mean, it was like a 6-7 day a week project. every day was cookies, like, because we can't keep up with inventory. We're freezing our dough, which is what we still do to kind of help with that. We don't have any waste. And we're just rolling. And like I said, the LinkedIn kind of machine is starting to take off, because through the gifting platforms, I know who's ordering, so I can reach out to them and just follow up, just introduce myself. Hey, thank you so much for your support of Grove Cookie Company through Postal. I'd love to send you a sample so you can try them. And
That's brilliant. So they're ordering them blindly for the client, and then you're following up like, let me send you some.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It works. But like I said, someone would probably look at the numbers and go, this isn't working for you. But again, it's the goodwill and whatever. I enjoy it, and I love getting the feedback, because that's the most important thing from a food by mail aspect, is you need to have quality assurance at all times. And the quickest way I can find out is if I'm sending them for free to someone, because someone's going to either tell me, or the best part is they post about it. So that's free marketing. But yeah, so people are posting more about our cookies on LinkedIn. I'm still cold calling. We get introduced to more gifting platforms, like to the bigger ones, and they're all within the tech community. And yeah, things are just taking off. Like they're moving. So we've signed our lease, build out our shop. I'm in the shop right now. And yeah, it's just crazy how it's kind of unfolded, because it's only 2023. I catch myself and think like, wow, this is like, I think 2022 is so long ago, but that's just last year. So yeah, we moved into the shop in September. At this point, we're on 2 gifting platforms. We have like 60 of our own clients that are ordering, monthly. We're just trying to like pay the bills on the shop, right? That's like the goal. And it's just really crazy what happened 2 days into opening our shop. So we only had 1 employee at the time. And this is where the tech community is wild. So we got an order on September 21st or whatever that was for 1,000 shipments of 6 cookies. So 6,000 cookies shipped to 1,000 different locations. And you want to talk about PTSD? Wait till your phone vibrates 1,000 times and doesn't stop.
Oh man.
And your Shopify store is going ding, 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 ding. It stops.
Are you giving me goosebumps thinking about this?
I get goosebumps thinking about
like
it.
Just knowing, like I had an Etsy shop. My wife and I, we like, I know that feeling, and like, I don't know that feeling. That's a different level. But bring me into the, like, you and your wife, like the moment there, like you guys have to be looking at each other. Like,
it was even funnier because we were on the phone with each other, and we're just talking normal day, like end of the day stuff. And she's like, my phone won't stop vibrating. And I had turned off my notifications on that stuff. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm looking at our Shopify, and it's just going up, 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 100, 200, 300. And yeah, it was just crazy.
Did you freak out? Like, how are we going to do this?
Yeah. How am I going to do this? We just moved into our shop. We haven't even figured out how to like start ordering through US Foods. We're still ordering food from, Walmart and Costco and Safeway, your small mom and pop grocery stores. And now we have 6,000 cookies that need to be fulfilled within a reasonable amount of time. Like it's not like, oh, deliver at your own leisure. It's like normally this company has a 48-hour turnaround, but because of this project, how it randomly just got thrown into our storefront, they gave us 8 days. And so we worked 8 straight days all the way through. I took time off from my corporate job and just worked. Like I said, we only had 1 employee, my wife, myself, and then family and friends came in.
Tell me about the employee. Like, how did that come to be? Do you like W-2 somebody?
Yeah. So before we moved in, we interviewed, typical job application through Indeed. And gal named Prussia, she was an awesome candidate. So we hired her. She was our first hire. We were like, we just need 1 employee right now to just kind of supplement the orders, because we're getting like 15 a day at that point when we moved into the shop. But yeah, on day 3, when she showed up, I remember just handing her butter. I'm like, hey, I'm because I just stressed to her, like, we're going to train you. We're going to do all these things. We're going to break, we're going to break you into the bakery position nice and easy. No, it was just like, you got to help us. You have to understand. And she's been riding with us ever since. So she's been here 9 months. Yeah. So that's the tech community for you right there. Fast. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So that was really good.
Are you guys still working your corporate jobs?
Yeah.
And then you're going to have a baby.
And we're going to have a baby.
Like shit's going to get real.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we've had a business strategist working with us since 2021, end of 2021. So really helped with the business like mindset side of things, especially with the entrepreneurial mindset, because as you probably are aware, you can kind of get lost in your own day-to-day tasks without looking kind of like down the road. So that's really helped us kind of like devise like an actual training regimen and like a process handbook and all these things where like we can just plug and play people. So it's been very easy finding like team members to join our team if they're the right fit. And like right now we're working on promoting one of them to our bakery manager role. But all that kind of has stemmed from having a business strategist from the beginning, continuing to remind us to not get stuck in the day to day, because it's way too easy. I could do it all. I could get stuck just doing my miscellaneous tasks all the time. But that's been a huge help. And so basically, yes, things are about to get real.
What's the end, like not end goal, but like where are you guys, you and Marie, like where's your heads at, like with the growth, the future of Grove? Like, does it become just you two, is your dream of it becoming you two leaving everything behind to do this?
Oh yeah, 100%. Cookies have their own unique margin. We just operate in such a unique way. We're not retail, right? We're in a business park. We have great, it's a great location, but we don't have people coming in every day ordering cookies. We have people ordering online. So therefore you don't have like that, like we're right across the street from a retail park. We don't have like that kind of traffic. So our growth is a little different than say that more traditional retail cookie company, because we don't market that way. And what I'm trying to summarize is we have an exit strategy from the corporate job. I'm going to be going first. It's just a matter of kind of getting that the revenue and the profits to a certain point, because I'm able to do.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know how it is. Like, I don't believe in burning the boats and jumping ship. I just don't. That provides way too much stress for me. And like, I just don't think that's the wise decision based on my current circumstance. So yeah, it's close.
What do your, and share with me as much as you're comfortable sharing, but
yeah,
what do your bosses and coworkers think of all this?
I mean, it's a
matter.
Like,
oh, they don't even know.
No, they know. It's just I do. I mean, I've been promoted. Like,
well, clearly you're doing a good job.
Like, work, I mean, right? Just in my 2 years in this new role, I've already been promoted. So it's just like fulfilling both, right? Like that's just work from home life. They could just throw me back into the cube and just say, you're stuck here. I mean, it just makes my decision a little more quick. But yeah, I mean, they don't have anything really bad to say because I do everything they ask me to do and more. So that's just how I'm in a very good situation. Let's just say that. So
yeah. And I can tell just from talking to you. I mean, I don't know Marie at all, but you seem like you guys are just happy people in general, and that comes through.
Yeah. We definitely try to be. So
tell me a little bit about the family aspect of it. Like, that must have been fun, or still is fun for your in-laws and family to kind of, like, you guys you run a cookie company. Like, that's so random.
It is so random, and they've been huge supporters. Family has, my friends have. Gosh, we've just had like day one champions and people that have really just believed in the product and our mission, right? So like the values that we hold as like a company, because we established those very quickly, right? Like we're a relationship company more than just a cookie company, because that is what the foundation of our, I mean, that's just the foundation. Like we can be like everyone else and just be a cookie company, but that's not the growth model we've had. And I think just having that established so early, like from a family and friends perspective, I think created not an allegiance, but just like I think like a respect. I don't know how to describe that, but they've just been so supportive. I don't know how best to describe that.
It clearly works.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I truly believe in it, and I think that that's probably key number one in anyone that, you know, just like yourself, with any entrepreneur is believing in your service, your product, and what you stand behind. So
I absolutely agree with that. Like if you believe in it, it has a chance.
it really does. Like if I would lose my desire for what we're doing with Grove Cookie Company if it was just cookies. But when you get the feedback from people, like it hasn't happened for a while, but when we were first starting out, like a lot of the financial advisors we were working with were like sending me photos of their clients writing them handwritten notes telling them thank you for the cookies. Or I really love, you know, we have a client out in Ohio. He still gets questions about this cookies are so good. How'd you find this little company in Oregon? I love their story and like XYZ. Like it's just it's like that passion that I really grab onto from the clients we work with, because it's just motivating that they're seeing the result, which is the enhanced relationship. So
I have a couple things written down, one of which I don't think is going to apply like I was hoping it would, but it's actually a good that it won't. But I'm going to ask you anyways, because entrepreneurs, you know, this is something that goes through everyone's mind. How close was there ever a point where you and Marie were going to give up on this thing?
You know, there were many times at the house where you know, some people were just a little fed up with the amount of work, which it was tough, like doing it 7 days a week and like just baking on a Sunday to get ready for Monday or preparing dough. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh, like this is ridiculous. We need to get out of the house.
When you say someone, I'm inferring that you're tiptoeing here.
It's me too. I'm not. No, it's right, me too. Yeah, it's just we both were just like, oh my gosh. I quickly once we really like established like we're moving this out of the house, it's like there's no reason to throw in the towel.
Yeah.
At that point. Like,
did that make life easier for you or harder, leaving the house with it?
Oh, so much easier, because now we have 4 bakers. You know, they're over there rocking and rolling. They know exactly what to do every day. That has freed me up. I think that's like the best part about our business strategist. Have you ever heard of E-Myth?
No.
Oh, it's a strategy mindset book for like just growing a business and like getting out of your own way as an entrepreneur. But having that like confidence from the very beginning because of her business acumen and just strategy in general has just allowed me to like go, like this morning I created a job description because we need an admin now, just handing this stuff off, right? Delegating it, moving it along. These bakers now, just like I said, run on their own. They get production done. That, you know, one of them's moved into the shipping role, and it's just allowed me to free up time. So like just moving out of the house has been so great because my job, and I don't want the dream of making cookies back there, right? Like my job is to grow it, right? And build the engine in a sense. So yeah, moving out of the house was the best decision we could have made. You know,
Yeah.
a little scary. Obviously, you know, it costs money to do all this stuff, but well worth it. Well worth it.
What outside of, well, this doesn't keep you up at night yet because the baby's not born, but what keeps you guys up at night? What are you stressed about?
Oh my gosh. Well, like one of the things that keeps me up at night, like a lot of the times, is because there's quite a few tasks that I take care of with our custom like gift message with the logo and all that. You'll see that when I send you your sample. You know, that's a task I haven't been able to hand off yet. Not because I care too much about it or I can't hand it off. It's just like it's a tedious task that is a lot. But when you get like 40 orders a day and I got to make, you know, 30 of those have a custom gift message with a custom logo, those are random things that keep me up at night. Because it's just work, right? And then inventory is always an issue when you're talking about cookie dough balls and big orders come through and you're just like, oh my gosh, I need ammunition. That's how I kind of best describe it. So
has it been consistently up? Have you guys had?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the last 30 days we're up 25%. So
you're just still in hyper growth here.
Yeah. We've been able to add so many cool features on our website, on our own website outside of the gifting platforms that have just made gifting that much easier. And then the LinkedIn craze that we dealt with there from February to end of April really ignited everything. We have a company right now that orders 400 dozen cookies a month for prospecting. So every beginning of the week on every month they order 400 dozen cookies. So that's a good a good relationship to have. But yeah, it's just, you know, the marketing is working, and the community that we have on LinkedIn. I mean, couldn't do it without them. So
I'll say this, and I don't think I need to give you any marketing tips because you do a fantastic job with it, but based on how often your name comes up in the circles that I swim in, I don't know how much you're on LinkedIn. If you're doing like once a day or 3 times a week or whatever, my only advice to you would be do more, because as often as your name comes up, I think there's more room for you guys there, because I think people do business with you guys because you smile, you're happy, and they like you.
I mean, thanks for the goosebumps.
I'm telling you, I obviously the product has to be good, but
Yeah.
what I hear is people enjoy doing business with you guys because you're good people.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate that information, Corey, because you know, I don't know what I do. I just know I like to make people happy.
You both smile a lot. You both look like you're happy. You both are authentic, and people like that, dude.
Well, I just, our clients or anyone that interacts with our website or me in general, LinkedIn, doesn't matter. It's like my goal is how can I make you happy? And I know that's not possible for everyone, but you know, there's a few people on LinkedIn in the wealth advisor community that I have a great time with, that make me smile, because it's just there's just so many good people, and I think LinkedIn is a perfect bridge to kind of like make that connection happen. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just really flattered that you hear my name, and it's with a good context. So I appreciate that so much.
No, you're welcome. I don't know. I figured I'd share that with you because it's true.
Well,
I won't keep you too long. We've had a good conversation, but I do want to ask, and it's a fun one that I like asking. Would your younger self be proud of you? Your 12-year-old self, you know?
Well, I think so. One of the, I just don't come from an entrepreneurial background, There's no one in my immediate family that I had, just to look up to. So I don't know what geez, at 12 years old, I'm listening to hip hop and I want an Escalade with 24-inch rims and all this stuff. So I'm not there yet, but I'm happy that I have a happy wife because that equals a happy life. And her strengths like have helped me grow as just a man, or however you want to kind of put it. And then finding myself in the entrepreneurial space at this point has been an eye-opening experience for myself because it's just a constant challenge, and that's what I need. And yeah, I think, summarize, yes, I think a 12-year-old self would be pretty amazed that I even started a business with my wife, and we're here working with everyone nationwide. That's just amazing to think about.
It's going to get cool. I mean, you're going to have a son, and that's going to bring its own level of emotion and what are we doing, and right, it's going to get fun.
Yeah. Do you have children yourself?
I have 3 boys. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to use you as a sounding board or something. Get some tips. Yeah.
Right. If I had them.
But yeah, so that's such a great question because I don't even remember what I was thinking at 12 years old other than.
Of course not. It's kind of a fun look back of wow, because you didn't think you'd be here. I can guarantee you that.
Nope. Have you ever do you remember AOL?
Of course.
Yeah. And Instant Messenger and all that. You want to know what my first screen name was?
I don't know. If you tell me it was Cookie.
Making Cookies 21. I'm not even kidding you.
Incredible.
It was because my mom made cookies and I'm just always just in a jester type of mood. Everyone was doing the gangster AIM names because we're 12, 13 years old, and I wanted to just be a goofball, and I did Making Cookies 21.
That's incredible. Like you said, everyone wanted to be I loved the Acura GSR, so mine was Keat GSR, right?
Yeah. So then I got made fun of enough. I changed it to G Unit. That's my name or something. I went back to gangster because I couldn't handle the fact of being made fun of. But Making Cookies 21, I've tried my hardest to recover it because it's just a great story and just funny. But yeah, it's just cookies are fun. I like what we're doing. I love the relationship aspect, and that's what really drives us.
I love it, man. Keep it up. And I appreciate so much the time. We didn't know each other 45 minutes ago, so this is what makes this whole thing so cool.
Yeah, well, I appreciate all the content you put out there because you are helping the financial advisor community kind of broaden their marketing strategies and just move out of the realm of hidden in the office. I think that's just great. And I don't know who you have influence over, but I've just noticed some of the people that I follow have been either posting more on video more, and it kind of goes in line with your whole marketing strategy. So I don't know if you're working with them. I have no idea, but I'm
happy to hear that you think I have some of that influence, and I hope that the things I put out help people, but that's flattering.
Yeah. Keep up the great work because I enjoy it. It helps me. You're breaking down my walls on getting
This is great, dude. Well, look, July's around the corner, so get your sleep while you guys can.
I do that. When I wake up in the morning, because I've been trying to go to the gym in the mornings more frequently, I'm like, man, this is going to be really tough coming up.
You'll figure it out, but it's great.
Good. Well, Corey, I appreciate the time, and it was a great experience, and thanks for all the laughs and the goosebumps.
Likewise, man. And just thank you again for the time, and you and Marie keep doing your thing.
Well, thank you, and have a great day.
All right, man. I'll see you.